Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your December forecast. I'm Karen Lustrup for those of you who are new to my channel, and I do your astrology here on a monthly basis. So let's take a look at what December can bring to you, and oh my goodness, what a year we have had. But the good news is all the planets are up and running, moving forward, thank goodness, right? So we're going to start feeling and seeing how action is going to start kicking in. Now, Mars started moving forward here in November, and for you, Mars is in the 11th house up here. And, you know, you are a very social personality of the zodiac, right? You love interaction with people and talking and chatting and so forth. So that's been a little hard for you, haven't it? But now, as it's moving forward, you're going to be picking up, and there could be many ways now that you're going to be interacting within your groups, your tribe, which the 11th house all is about, right? And it's in the sign of Aries, so you're going to feel that energy rising. Some of you might have outright just felt tired as Mars was sleeping. You might have been feeling like you were sleeping when you weren't really having that social interaction, but you're so geared up, and it's beautiful because top of the month, you will feel it. It takes a couple of weeks for Mars to get out of its shadow, but December, oh yes, it is thriving. Now, I do have something exciting I want to share with you before we get too far into it. We'll come to that here in just a little moment. But what I do want to now focus on is that total solar eclipse that we had yesterday as of recording, November 14th. That happened in your 7th house, Gemini, for relationships. So anything new that started here November 14th, it was a total solar eclipse. So that would spark not just what is happening over the month of December. It has the power of like 3 new moons. So that I feel is new relationship energy, even if you are in an existing relationship, you should be feeling it. What also is there is the sun. So the focus in December is going to be all about your partner and how that you can work together. Where do you want to go from where you're at? How can this expand? Once a year, the sun travels through this area. So for you, Gemini, it's always December is a very important relationship month for love and romance. All right. And now you were lucky to have this total eclipse in this area, and it will carry for a whole year until it comes back. But I am sure that you are feeling it, because how can you not? That's super, super powerful for that. Talking about the moons, December 30th, we got the full moon as we close off the year, and that's harvest time. So how timely is that as you start off 2021? And of course, you might have already listened to the forecast of 2021. If not, it's right up here in the link, the full playlist, so you can listen to yours or your partner's forecast or whoever else that you might be, curious about. And if we look to Venus here in your 6th house, it is in the sign of Scorpio. What does that mean? It means that you are going to be emoting, feeling emotions much deeper than usual, because Scorpio is very intense. It's passionate, right? And every time Venus goes through one of the signs of the zodiac, we pick up the color of that sign. This month, it is in Scorpio. You will feel it the last couple of weeks there in November as well, how your needs are going to be wanting to be expressed differently, worked through on a day-to-day basis, because 6th house has to do with your routine. You're going to be very passionate about your routine when we speak of it, because if you look at Mercury, that too, it's been working all through November of how you want to change up your day-to-day schedule. I could feel that you have been wanting to scale back on certain things that are just eating up your time, and what actually ends up as a frustration, because time is valuable, right? And you're going to feel the power of that even more so. To me, this has to do how you're setting yourself up for 2021, and that is exciting. Jupiter is going to expand the field, and I'll get right back to what you can expect there once I share with you what I'm excited about coming up here now. So this is what I wanted to bring to you. I'm so excited. I got Zodiac tees up with t-shirts for you, for family members. We're in the season, right? Looking for gifts and whatnot. maybe you'll gift yourself or maybe your best friend. We got cups and we got t-shirts. We got for females. We got unisex. There's hoodies and so forth, as you can see here. And they all have little sayings about your sign that describes you. So it could be a very fun gift. And if you are in my newsletter already, I'm going to pick some of you. And I will send you a shirt. Then if you hear from me, I just need your address, of course. And I will also be picking from those of you who comment down below if you think that these could be a great gift. So comment down below while you subscribe to the channel so you can get upcoming videos. But yeah, do go sign up for the newsletter on my website and you might just be one of the lucky winners. All right? Yes, and that was my surprise here to you. Hopefully you can find a gift there for somebody that you love, right? But we were talking about what you are now preparing for, what 2021 is going to open up. That is the energy of Jupiter expanding. Which area? Well, take a look up here in your 8th house. That is you here, Gemini, really now being able to lock in something that's going to behoove you for 12 years, actually 28 years as well, as it meets up with, it's preparing for its Jupiter and Saturn conjunction. Jupiter expands everything and Saturn will want to lock it in, secure it for you. So if you're in any type of talks or investments, thinking to invest, maybe stocks, bonds, whatever it is, or opening up for some kind of partnership, which it could be, look at that, you got the sun and the new moon here, right, which is partnership. Of course, that can be with your significant other, right? But it could also be somebody you've been talking with and developing plans with. If you're entering into partnership, this is a very, very good time this month to do so. And why is that? Saturn will want to lock in that agreement that you're making on a financial basis, which is going to carry you for that whole 12-year cycle until Jupiter comes back to this very same spot. And when it does 12 years from now, Jupiter is not going to be there. Pluto is not going to be there. This is once in a lifetime shot for you to really look at how you can grow your financial security. We're not talking necessarily your month-to-month income, right? Like getting a raise, because raises we get from time to time. No, we're talking something that you might already know what is. And I think most of you do because you've been in talks, you've been thinking. COVID has slowed you down enough to really stress you out of being in this lockdown, to have to internalize, go within to your creative self and think, how can I expand? You know, and I feel a lot of that could have to do with commissions and royalties. Maybe some of you have opened up side gigs, and if you have, that can come in and secure you, not just for this month, but like we're saying, for years to come, if you have been smart. And for those of you who haven't had those thoughts, you still have a little time to do so. Look at it, because I see that the worry here of 2020 has been, what about my security in the long term? You know, if this is how businesses are going to go, we know shops and malls and everything shutting down, you know, and the internet is taking over. We got Amazon and so forth. How can you catch that train? You know, and being as smart as you are, you Geminis are incredible. You are sales people, aren't you? You have the gift of gab, you know, so I feel that this has actually turned out to become a blessing for you here at the very tail end of 2020, and you're just on the threshold to step up into what next year now can bring you. Make sure that everything in contracts are good and safe. At least we don't have retrogrades. Mars is very active, putting you in a place in front of groups, and maybe that can now really come to work for you. Working with these groups, taking out whatever it is your vision has been. Neptune, of course, your dream within career is to be able to work creatively. Some of you also as independent contractors, entrepreneurs, and so forth, because you like the freedom of being able to express who you are. You are Gemini after all, right? So I'm liking it. I'm thinking this is good for you, that you absolutely will enjoy. And then you're ending the month, December 30th, 8 degrees in Cancer. In your income sector, you have the full moon. That is a harvest time. So good news can come. And I feel you deserve everything that is good, Gemini. Why? Because you are a hard worker. You know, nobody can say things just come to you on a silver plate. You work your way through it. You communicate your way through it. So something here, maybe it is a bonus at the year end. So you will be the only sign in the zodiac having the full moon right in this area that could really point towards big bonus. You know, so, oh, I am happy for you, but this is what we have for December. If you haven't listened to the 2021 forecast, you will find it right up here on the link coming up. And that will allow you to see what else is coming for you. So happy holidays. Take care now, Gemini, and I will see you again in January.